Hello, welcome to my channel today. This is King's Tutor. It's the first time of joining us. Thank you for clicking to this. Ensure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. Okay, now today we want to see this question, 60 questions on accounting. We're going to be doing this as a series, okay, over time. So we want to see these questions on accounting, and it will be helpful to you. Okay, so the question said, which of the following concepts, number one question, it says, which of the following concepts recognizes the principle of double entry? Which of the following concepts recognizes the principle of double entry? A, accrual, B, business entity, C, dual aspect, D, going concern, and E, realization. Okay, the answer to this is the dual aspect. The dual aspect is the one that recognizes the principle of double entry. From the word dual, meaning that a debit entry a transaction have two-fold aspect that affect. Like debit entry leads to what? A corresponding credit entry in another account, and vice versa. Okay, so the second one said income and expenditure account is the same as the dash of a sole trader. Income and expenditure account is the same as the dash of a sole trader. A, balance sheet. B, cash book. C, profit or loss account. D, trading account. E, trial balance. It is in profit or loss account. We have done this before. If you want to see a thorough video, full video on this, check up here or check in my description or in the playlist. You see the income and expenditure account. We said the income and expenditure account, this is for a non-profit making, but for a sole trader, it's same thing as a profit or loss account. Okay. Now the third one, current assets are shown in the balance sheet in order of permanence. In the order of permanence as A, debtors, stock, bank, and cash. B, debtors, stock, cash, bank. C, stock, bank, debtors, cash. D, stock, debtors, bank, cash. And E, the stock, debtors, cash, and bank. Okay, so the current assets are shown in the balance sheet in order of permanence as. Now look, it starts from being a stock. Now it is bought by a debtor. Probably the debtor paid through bank and they receive cash. So this is the order. The next one says, number 4, use the following information to answer question 4. Okay, and so the following was extracted from the books of Mega Company Nigeria Limited. We have trade debtors 350,000, fixed and fittings 600,000, cash and bank 25,000, cash in hand 5,500, trade creditors 116,500, bank overdraft 75, building 950,000, motor fund 35,000. I said 4, the working capital of the company is A 565, B 280, C 256,500, D 150,000, E 124,000. Now before we can solve this, we should know what is the working capital. Okay, so we are going to do that here now. The working capital. And the working capital is the money used for day-to-day running of a business, and it has a formula as the current asset minus the current liabilities. Okay, the working capital is the current asset minus current liabilities. Okay, so we have done working capital before. Also check in my playlist, you'll see videos on working capital whereby we saw the formula. Okay, now the current asset are asset owned, are things owned by the organization that is within one accounting period. So how to solve this now? We are going to get the current assets here and deduct the current liabilities from it. Okay, so we're going to start from here now. The first one is the trade debtors, is the current asset. So we have 350,000 as trade debtors plus 50 is not among, so we have cash at bank 25,000 plus cash in hand 5,500. Okay, another one. So we have 380,500 for the current asset. And the current liabilities is the trade creditor, 116,500 plus bank overdraft 75. That's 124,000. So it is now 380,500 minus 124,000. So we have 256,500. Okay, so if we're going to check now if there is 256,500 here. Yes, it's C. So we tick that. Okay, so the next one, I said which of the following is not an advantage of control account? It means all of them are advantage, but one is not. A, difficult in committing fraud. B, helps in locating errors. C, helps to determine profit and loss. D, it can be used to detect missing figure. E, it saves time. Okay, so all of them are advantage, but except C, it helps to determine profit and loss. Control account does not help to determine the profit or loss. It helps in difficulty in fraud. It helps to ensure fraud is difficult to commit. It helps in locating errors. It helps to detect missing figure and saves time, but it does not determine the profit or loss. Okay, what does that is the profit or loss account. Okay, so for more video on that, check in my channel for the control account. Okay, now 6, which of the following is not charged to the manufacturing account? All of them are charged, but which one is not charged to the manufacturing account? Direct expenses, distribution expenses, factory wages, raw materials, royalties. Okay, direct is the direct expenses, factory wages are direct. It is only distribution expenses that is not charged to the manufacturer. This one is charged to the profit or loss in the manufacturing trading. Though we have done a video on that also, please check. Okay, I will drop the link there so that you check all this. Okay, now the next one, deficit in income and expenditure account is dash. When there is deficit in income and expenditure, we have done that before. A, excess of asset over liability. B, excess of expenditure over income. C, excess of income over expenditure. D, excess of liabilities over assets. E, income equal to expenditure. When there is deficit, it means that the expenditure exceeds income, and that is D. Number 8, the document which is a legal charter of a company that defines the limits of the company's field of operation is known as dash. The document which is a legal charter of a company that defines the limits of the company's field of operation is known as dash. A, articles of association. B, equity share certificate. C, memorandum of association. D, partnership deed. And E, prospectus. So it is memorandum. Memorandum shows how the business can also relate with the outside world. And they said use the following information to answer questions 9 to 12. So they gave us sales ledger control account. They gave us the balance brought forward sales, the SONA check, stopped check. The credit side we have balance brought forward bank, discount, returning word set off. Okay, so they said we should use to answer question 9 to 12. So if we do that, they said the amount 16,387 described as bank represent what? The amount 16,387 described as bank represent A, the cash sales for the month excluding discount, cash sales for the month including discount, received from all debtors of the business, received from trade debtors only, received from both cash and credit sales. Okay, so it is received from all debtors. Now let's check it here. Look at it here. The bank, what it means. Now I've said in a control account, and most time in the control account, most time in the credit side, a missing figure might be given. Okay, so this bank is insinuating that they received from the debtor, because in the control account, sales ledger, especially the credit side indicates what reduces the debt of the debtor. So if the bank was stated there, it is that probably the debtor paid through the bank. Okay, so it is received from debtors of the business. Okay, so it is C. Now they say the amount 19,075 represents A, cash sales for the month, B, credit sales, C, the total sales for the month, D, double entry for the total sales account, E, total of all the debtors of the firm, total of all the debtors of the firm. Okay, so the amount's 19,075. Let's see where's 19,075. That is sales. So the sales that is always in the sales ledger control account is credit sales, not cash. Cash sales goes to a cash book. Okay, we have done cash book, so it is credit sales. Okay, so the next one is which of the following has the ultimate control of a company? Which of the following has the ultimate control of a company? A, the board of directors. B, the employees. C, management. D, registrar of company. E, shareholders. The shareholders have ultimate control, okay, because they appoint the directors, those that will manage the company for them. 12, the stock of goods returned to a supplier due to poor quality is dash. Stock of goods returned to a supplier due to poor quality is dash. A, net returns. B, return inward. C, return outward. D, surplus return. E, total return. It is return outward, returning back to the supplier. Now 13, the issued share capital of a company is dash. The issued share capital of a company is dash. A, equal to the total reserve of the company. B, the preference share capital. C, the registered share capital. D, the same as the authorized share capital. E, the total of shares actually issued to the shareholder. Okay, so we have different aspects of the capital. We have the authorized share capital, we have the issued share capital. So this is the issued share, okay, the one that is actually issued to shareholders. Let's say use the following information to answer question 14 to 17. We have manufacturing wages 42,000, factory rent 880, raw materials stock 1st January 2016 1,000, purchases 16,000, stock 31st January 2016 1,400, depreciation of plant and machinery 800, royalties 300, indirect wages 18,000, general indirect expenses 620. Now they said calculate the cost of raw materials consumed. Let's calculate the cost of raw materials consumed. Okay, now we'll have, if we do that, we'll have, it will make us to prepare the manufacturing account, and we have done that before. Please check the playlist. Okay, check manufacturing account. So we'll have opening stock of raw materials, opening stock of raw materials. Let me use that as that, which is here 1,000. We have add purchases of raw materials, which is 16,000. So if you add these two, it is 17,000. There is no carried inward, so it is stock, closing stock. So say less closing stock of raw materials, which is 1,400. Okay, so it's 1,400. So we have, remember, this is now cost of raw materials available for use. Okay, cost of raw materials available for use. So once it less closing stock, it becomes 17,000 minus 1,400 will give us 15,600. Okay, now this is now the cost of raw materials consumed. Okay, that's 15.6. So they're asking us the cost of raw materials consumed. A 42, B 23, C 17,000, D 16.5, E 15.6. So our answer is 15.6 because it is E. Yeah. Okay. So the next one is the prime cost is dash. The prime cost. Now prime cost is addition of all direct expenses. Okay. Addition of all direct expenses. So we are going to add the direct expenses include to add up with this. So the other direct expenses here are, now we're going to check here, manufacturing wages is a direct expenses. So we have manufacturing wages. Manufacturing wages. How much is it? Manufacturing wages. Okay. So I have manufacturing wages. How much is it? 42,000. Okay. And another direct expenses here is royalties. Okay. Royalties, which is what? 300. Okay, no other direct expenses. So if we add up 15,600 plus 42,000 plus 300 becomes 57,900, which is our prime cost. 57,900. Okay, 57,900. So in this now, look at 57,900. That is our answer is B. Okay, and the next one, what is the value of indirect manufacturing costs? Let's see the indirect manufacturing costs. We're going to list them out. Indirect manufacturing costs from this. The first one here after is factory rent. Factory rent is 880. Depreciation of plant and machinery. Depreciation of plants and machinery is 800, and royalty is direct. Indirect wages 18,000, and general indirect expenses 620. So when you add this up, it gives you 880 plus 800 plus 18,000 plus 620, 20,300. So we're going to check here. 20,300 is here. That is 6. See, 20,300. Okay. So the next one, you say, which of these is not a source of capital to companies? Which of these is not a source of capital to companies? A, bank loan. B, capital reserve. C, debenture. D, personal saving. E, sales of shares. Okay, a personal savings is not a source of capital. You can get loan, you can get from your reserve, either debenture, not personal saving. Personal saving is for sole proprietor. Okay, now 18, purchase ledger control account is prepared to control all the accounts of the creditors. A, bank. B, creditor. C, customer. D, debtor. And E, owner. So it is creditor purchases. Sales ledger is for debtor. Okay. Now I said the following are examples of intangible assets, except dash. Assets you cannot see, touch, or feel. Okay. So the following are examples of intangible assets except dash. A, cash. B, copyright. C, goodwill. D, patent. E, trademark. All these are intangible except cash. Cash is tangible. You can see it, touch it, and feel it. Okay. The next one says the amount contributed by members of an association periodically is known as a dividend. B, donation. C, entrance fees. D. Fund, and E. Subscription. Okay, in non-profit organization, the amount they contribute is subscription. 21. The journal has the following headings except dash. A journal has the following headings except dash. A. Credit. B. Date. C. Debit. D. Discount. E. Narration. Okay, except discount. The journal does not have a discount, it has narration. 22. The following are accounting concepts and conventions except A. Accurate concept. B. Going concern. C. Materiality. E. Money measurement. And D. Money measurement. E. And trading. So it is trading. That is not a concept or convention. The next one, it said, use the following information to answer the questions that follows. Okay? Use the following information to answer the questions 23 to 25. So we have trading account for the year ended 30th April 2010. So we have opening stock 15,000, purchases 13, carriage forward is unknown. So we have 14,000 here. So that when you add this plus this, it should give you this. Closing stock is 5,000. Cost of goods sold unknown. Gross profit 91,000. Total is 115,000. Sales 120,000. Return inward unknown. It should give you 115,000 to make it 115. At 23 here, they said, what is the cost of goods available? Okay, so probably it should be what is the cost of goods available for sales? That is what is supposed to be here before you let's close the stock. They are talking about this now. What the cost of goods available. Okay, so in this now, to get this now, it's just a simple mathematics. If you are in an examination hall, to get this now, okay, it means to get this, you should know here first. You should know this part, okay, before you can get this. Okay, so or even to get this, you can, here is addition of these two to give you this. So we can add these two now. 15 plus 14, 29,000 as the cost of goods available. So we now have our answer as 29,000, which is C. Okay, the next one, the carriage inward amount is dash. Carriage inward amount. Now if you check here, opening stock is 15, and they said the total here is 14, meaning addition of this and this should give you 14. So what can be added to give you 14? So it is 13,000 plus 1. Or you can do it 14,000 minus 13,000 to give you this as 1,000. Okay, so carriage inward is 1,000. 1,000. Okay, the next one is determine the cost of goods sold. The cost of goods sold. Look at it here. Cost of goods sold. So we should determine the cost of goods sold. A 115,000. B 91,000. C 71,000. D 29,000. E 24,000. Okay. So if we do this now, we are going to have to get the cost of goods sold. We already know gross profit and we know the total. So to get this, just this minus this will give you this, because this plus this is the total. Okay, so we'll just do 115,000 minus 91,000 to give us this 24,000. So we'll check 24,000 is E. Okay, that is that. So we'll come to the next one. It's a profit expressed in relation to cost of goods sold is A, cost price, B, margin, C, markup, D, turnover, E, sales. It is markup. We have done markup and margin. Okay. 27. When a firm sells on credit to a customer and buys on credit from same person, this is known as dash. A, buying and selling. B, contract entry. C, credit and debit. D, debit and credit. E, double standard. It is contract entry when a seller is also a buyer. Okay. So 28. In company account, dividend payments are effected in which of the following accounts? In company account, dividend payments are effected in which of the following account? A, appropriation. B, capital. C, current. D, realization. E, revaluation. So they said in company account, dividend payment are effected in whichever account. It is appropriation account. It's appropriation account. Okay, that's what will affect the dividend payment. Okay, and the next one, 29, shares are said to be authorized when they are dash. Shares are said to be what? Authorized when they are dash. A, when they are called up, memorandum of association. B, offered for sale. C, paid up. D, okay, this is supposed to be, this memorandum of association is supposed to be here. It's a typographical issue, so it's supposed to be stipulated in the memorandum of association. Okay, so E, subscribe. So shares are said to be authorized when they are in the memorandum of association. Okay, 30, which of the following expenses is not apportioned in the proportion to turnover? Which of the following expenses is not apportioned in proportion to turnover? Now, any expenses that should be apportioned to turnover is an expense that helped in generating that turnover, that helped in generating that sales. We have done that in departmental accounts. Check in our YouTube channel. So A is carried outward, B, commission, C, discount allowed, D, rent, E, salesman salary. Now, carried outward helps in getting the goods out to the customer to buy. Commission help in ensuring that the marketers market the goods, or the salesperson market the goods in order to get commission. Discount allowed helps in ensuring that those that buys our products pay promptly. Okay, while the salesman salary also help. Okay, but rent is not directly. So rent is a portion in proportion of turnover. So the next one said, use the following information to answer question 31 to 33. Larry Limited has 4 million ordinary shares of 50 kobo each and 150,000 5% preference shares of 1 naira each fully paid. Net profit for the year 90,000. Interim dividend paid. Ordinary shares 25,000. Profit and loss appropriation brought for 10,000. Goodwill written off 1,000. Okay, so I said the amount of preference shares dividend payable at the end of the year is dash. The amount of preference shares dividend payable at the end of the year is dash. A, 27,500. B, 25,000. C, 20,000. D, 10,000. E, 7,500. Okay, so what will not be the preference shares dividend? Okay, so it will be preference shares dividend will be, look at the preference share here, they say 150,000 5% preference share of 1 naira each. So the preference shares dividend will be 5% at 500 times 150,000. So 5% of 150,000 will give us 7,500. So 75 is here. That is E. Said at the end of the period, what is the balance of the profit and loss appropriation account? What is the balance of the profit and loss appropriation account? So in this now, we have to prepare profit and loss appropriation account. Now, in preparing this now, profit and loss appropriation account. Okay, now to prepare this now, we are going to check net profit. So net profit will have to come to the credit side. Net profit is 90,000. Okay, the next one is interim dividend paid. Ordinary shares. They paid ordinary shares. Ordinary shares dividend was paid 25,000. Profit and loss appropriation brought forward. And profit and loss brought forward 10,000. goodwill written off. Goodwill written off 1,000. Okay, so when you add this 90 plus 10, it gives us 100,000. So 25,000 plus 1,000 is 26. So 100,000 minus 26,000 will give us the balance carried down, which is a retained profit. Okay, and that will give us 74,000. Okay, so the answer here is D, 74,000. The next one, the short-term solvency of a company is determined with dash. The short-term solvency of a company is determined with dash ratio. A, asset test. B, current. C, debt to equity. A, asset test. B, current. C, debt to equity. D, gross profit margin. E, net profit margin. So it is current. Okay, so the next one said factory overhead are also known as A, direct expenses, direct labor, direct manufacturing, direct material, indirect cost is the right answer. Factory overhead is also known as the indirect expenses. Next one said, which of the following is charged to the trading account? Trading account, they didn't say profit or loss. A, carried inward. B, carried outward. C, discount allowed. D, rent. E, salaries. It is carried inward. That is charged. It is added to purchases, okay, in trading account, in the debit side. Now they said use the information below to answer questions 36 to 38. Daryl and Shegu are in partnership, sharing profit and loss in a ratio 2:3, respectively. The following below relates to their business for the year ended 31st December 2018. Drawings: Daryl 12,000, Shegu 18. Capital: Daryl 120, Shegu 60. Interest on drawings is 10%. Interest on capital 5%. Profit for the year 36,000, and salary: Shegu is receiving salary of 10,000. Okay, so the question is the interest on Daryl's drawings is dash. A, 1,800. B, 1,600. C, 1,400. And D, 1,200. And E, 800. Okay, so it's very simple. We're going to calculate that. Now they said the interest on Daryl's drawings. For the first thing is to know what is Daryl's drawings. Now Daryl's drawings is 12,000 times the interest on drawings that to pay is 10%. Okay, so it is now 12,000 times 10 over 100. So 12%, 10% of 12,000 is 1,200. So the interest on Daryl's drawings is 1,200, which is D, 36. Okay, so the next one is Shegun's share of profit is A, 21,600. B, 21,400. C, 16,400. D, 14,600. E, 12,000. Now, how do we know Shegun's share of profit? They gave us what? They gave us here Daryl and Shegun sharing profit and loss 2:3. So Shegun ratio is 3. Okay, and they made profit of 36,000. So we're going to calculate Shegun's share of profit. So I have Shegun share of profit. Okay, Shegun's share of profit. Their profit is 36,000 together, and they have ratio of 3:2, which is 3 plus 2 as what? 5. 2:3, sorry. 2:3. 2:3, which is same thing as 2 plus 3, same thing as 5. But Shegu has a ratio of 3. Okay, so it is now 3 for Shegu over the total as 5 times a profit 36,000. So it is now 3 divided by 5 times 36,000. It is 21,600 is for Shegu. Okay, so we'll now check here. A is 21,600. So our answer is A. 38. What is the Dairo's value of interest on capital? So we're going to check again. What is Dairo's capital first? Dairo's capital. So we'll check here. Dairo's capital is 120,000 and interest on capital is 5%. So we said 120,000 times 5 over 100. So we're gonna have 5 divided by 100 times 120,000. It will give us 6,000. So Dairo's value of interest on capital is 6,000. Okay. I said this question said the credit balance in the purchase ledger control account indicates the amount of dash for the period. Credit balance in the purchases ledger control account indicates the amount of dash for the period. A. Bills payable. B. Cash purchase. C. Credit purchase. D. Return outwards. E. The total purchase. The credit balance in the purchases ledger control account indicates the credit purchase because we don't record cash purchase there. It goes to the cash book. 40. Another name for control account is dash. A. Creditors account. B. Debtors account. C. Purchases ledger. D. Sales ledger. E. Total. You can call it control account or total account because it gets the total of all the items there. Then 41. Discount allowed is charged to dash account. Discount allowed is charged to dash account. A. Appropriation. B. Current. C. Manufacturing. D. Profit or loss. E. Trading. You charge discount allowed to profit or loss account, not trading. 42. Which of the following discount is given to ensure prompt payment on account? Which of the following discount is given to ensure prompt payment? A. Allowance. B. Cash. C. Purchase. D. Sales. E. Trade. The answer is cash. Now, we have two aspects of discount. We have the trade and the cash discount. The trade discount ensures the reduction in the catalog price. Okay, reduction in the what? In the catalog price to be paid at the spot of payment. While the cash discount ensures prompt payment within a specified period of time. Okay, if you pay within that time that is given, then you're enjoying the cash discount. So it's cash discount. Carriage inward is the amount paid on transporting goods that are A. manufactured, B. purchased, C. returned to the owner, D. sold, E. stored. It is purchased. When we purchase goods, we have to transport the goods back to our warehouse. The cost of paying for that goods that is transported back to our warehouse is called the carriage inward. The next one, the following are extract from Bob Simon Limited's manufacturing account. Selling and distribution expense 2,250, factory overhead 5,000, direct expenses 10,000, direct labor 15, direct material 50. So said, what is the cost of production? Cost of production is the addition of both direct and indirect. So direct is all this, indirect is the factory overhead. So let's add them up. So it will be 50,000 plus 15,000 plus 10,000 plus 5,000 as 80,000. So the cost of production is 80,000. Okay. They said in the absence of a partnership agreement, a loan given to a partnership by partner attracts interest of A 15%, B 10, C 7.5, D 5, E 2.5. So when there is no agreement, it is stated there as constant that the 5% agreement is given to any partner that brings in excess of his capital as loan to the business. 46. The accounting term used to describe a partnership firm that stops operation and disposes its asset is dash. A. Amortization. B. Dissolution. C. Realization. D. Resolution. E. Revaluation. The answer is dissolution. Dissolution is the coming to an end of a partnership. 47. The number that forms a partnership business ranges from dash. The number that forms a partnership business ranges from dash. A. 2 to 20. B. 3 to 30. C. 4 to 40. D. 5 to 50. E. 6 to 60. The number that forms a partnership range from 2 to 20. Okay. If it is an accounting firm, it is 2 to 10. For other business, 2 to 20. The document which guides the operation of a partnership business is dash. Document which guides operation of a partnership business is dash A. Articles of association. B. Certificate of trading. C. Memorandum of association. D. Premium. E. The deed. It is deed of association that guides operation of what partnership. 49. Which of the following is prepared to ascertain the trader's capital under incomplete records? Which of the following is prepared to ascertain the trader's capital under the incomplete records? Okay. Which of the following is prepared to ascertain the trader's capital under the incomplete record? A. Income statement. B. Statement of affairs. C. Statement of capital and liability. D. Statement of complete records. E. Trial balance. Okay, so which of the following is prepared to ascertain the trader's capital under incomplete records? The answer is statement of affair. Statement of affair is an abridged balance sheet. Okay, a summarized balance sheet that is used to get a capital. Then the next one, 50. The assumption that a business will continue to exist into the foreseeable future is recognized by a concept called A. Business entity. B. Going concern. C. Historical cost. D. Matching. E. Realization. The answer is the going concern. Use the following information to answer questions 51 and 52. Danladi Barco's statement of affairs as at 30th June 2017. This is a statement of affairs. They said, what is his bank balance as at 30th of June 2017? The bank balance. Look at the bank. Fixture and fitting is 4,000, stock 20,500, sorry, debtors 40,000, and total is this. So to get the bank is to add up this and deduct it from the total. So we now have 4,000 plus 20,500 plus 40,000, 64,500. Subtract it from 78,650. 78,650. We have 14,150, which is D. Okay. The next one, what is the value of Danladi? What is the value of Danladi Barco's capital? The value of Danladi Barco's capital. Look at the capital. We have creditors here. We have the total. So this minus the total minus the creditors is only to give us capital. So we just have 78,650 minus 18,000, 60,650. Which is B, 60,650. Next one, 53. The portion of issued capital that is required for payment of a particular time is dash. The portion of issued capital that is required for payment at a particular time is dash capital. A. Authorized. B. Called up. C. Issued. D. Paid up. E. Uncalled up. The answer is called up. The called up capital is part of the issued capital that is actually called for the subscriber to pay for. Okay, so it's called up. 54. Which of the following is found on the credit side of the profit or loss account? We have done profit or loss account. Please check in the question there in my playlist. A. Advertising. B. Bank charges. C. Dividend received. D. Insurance. E. Wages and salary. A. Advertising. B. Bank charges. C. Dividend received. D. Insurance. And E. Wages and salary. So which of the following is found on the credit side of the profit or loss account? Okay, it is discount received that is found on the credit side. All these other ones are expenses found on the debit side. 55. The document issued by a revenue collector as evidence of payment to a government ministry is dash. The document issued by a revenue collector as an evidence of payment to a government ministry is dash. A. Payment voucher. B. Receipt voucher card. C. Stores receipt voucher. D. Treasury card. E. Treasury receipt. It is treasury receipt. 56. Which of the following is used in the public sector to monitor or control government expenditure? A. Cash book. B. Check. C. Sales day book. D. Teller. E. Vote book is used to monitor the expenditure. The authority to transfer funds from one head to another within the same organization is called A. Accounting manual. B. Fund. C. Environment. D. Vote. E. Warrant. It is warrant. 58. Which of the following is recorded in the folio column of the journal? Which of the following is recorded in the folio column of the journal? A. all credit and cash sales transactions. B. Amount of money posted. C. Date of entries. D. Page number of journals. E. Particulars of transaction. It is page number of the journals. 59. Bello withdraws cash from bank to office. This is called dash entry. Bello withdraws cash from bank to office. This is called dash entry. A. Credit. B. Contra. C. Debit. D. Double. E. Reversal. Now, Bello withdraws cash from bank. It is contra entry. Okay? Because at this situation now, we are going to credit the bank and debit cash in the same cash book. We have done cash book. Please check there. By the last one, the accounting system in which only one aspect of transaction is recorded is dash. A. Double entry. B. Original entry. C. Single column cash book. D. Single entry. E. Two column cash book. The answer is single entry. So we have done single entry. Also check in that below. Okay, so this is where we draw the curtain for today. 60 questions where we saw the solution. Please ensure you comment below what you think about this. If we should continue the series, like this video please, and comment. Please share this video and please subscribe if you're just seeing this for the first time. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.